Hi, welcome to Shaun Spins. This is episode 13, and I'm your host, Shaun. Hope everybody is safe and well out there. And what do we have going on today? What record are we doing?
It's a TV show.
A TV show?
Reality-based TV.
A reality-based TV show? You signed me up for a TV show? What?
We have searched all over the globe on our quest to find one among us that possesses a special gift and a talent for the arts. Well, we will have a competition to decide who among us will take the grand prize. Tonight, live on television, we will decide who will be the next best artist. Join us as we decide next best artist.
Hello? What's going on? I'm still in the kitchen.
Contestant 1, tell us your name.
What?
Contestant 1, name please.
Oh, hi, I'm Shaun.
Contestants, you will have 8 hours to draw a portrait. You now have 1 hour to pick your art supplies.
Ready?
Get ready for the 8-hour portrait.
8 hours?
Next best artist starts in 3, 2, 1, begin!
Begin.
Contestants, 1 minute has passed. You now have 7 hours and 59 minutes left in Next Best Artist.
I'm done. Hello? What do I do with the next 7 hours and 59 minutes? Hello? Well, let's start the show. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to do the Jimi Hendrix Experience live in Maui. Now, this record set came out recently, and I ordered it, I'm going to say at least a year before it came out. I was so excited for this set. Now, to me, I've never really called this concert the Live at Maui concert. I've always called it the Rainbow Bridge concert with the Jimi Hendrix Experience. And at this time, it was Jimi, Billy Cox on bass, and Mitch Mitchell on drums. Originally, Rainbow Bridge was a movie. That is an interesting poster. The star down there, that doesn't even really look like her in the movie. Now, I will say this. I think it might be the worst movie ever made. And I had it on VHS. My father used to tell me growing up that people would go see the movie and not show up till very late because Jimi Hendrix plays for like the last 20-25 minutes of the movie. Before that, he's in a couple things, but just kind of messing around with the actors. But the movie, it's bad. I mean, bad. And I knew a little bit of the backstory of the movie from books I read, and I've heard something that Jimi was convinced to do this movie, being told it had something to do with numerology, and when he got there, he was kind of like, what's going on here? Now, a cool thing about this record set, it comes with a Blu-ray, not a DVD, but a Blu-ray, and it has a story with it and concert footage. Now, I was a little nervous about the Blu-ray. I was thinking it was going to have almost like camcorder footage or a story that was like 10 minutes, but it's a full movie talking about the backstory of the Rainbow Bridge incident, I guess we can call it, and how Mike Jeffries got Jimi Hendrix to do the movie. It's kind of interesting. The people that work with Jimi Hendrix and friends can't stand the movie and the way they talk about it, yet the people in the movie in this documentary still talk about it like it was great. It's bad. As I said, I had it on VHS, and I would always watch that last 22 minutes or so. I did have the Rainbow Bridge record, the soundtrack, which does not have the concert from the Rainbow Bridge movie, but it was a record I wanted. It took me forever to find the Rainbow Bridge soundtrack record. Not as long as the Band of Gypsies 2, it took me a long time. Now, the Rainbow Bridge concert, the thing I liked about it a lot is the footage has Jimi Hendrix playing a Gibson Flying V. In the Rainbow Bridge movie, it might be 2-3 minutes. That's it. Yet having this Maui concert now on this new set shows a lot more, and it's great. I really like the sound of Jimi Hendrix playing with the Gibson Flying V. Totally different sound. Now, some people might say, well, where did Gibson Flying V's come into Jimi Hendrix's life? Well, he did play an SG. He has played like a Jazzmaster, a dual sonic, Fenders. So this Gibson Flying V, I actually believe it comes from. So this is Albert King, and this is where I feel that Jimi Hendrix got his love for the Gibson Flying V. Jimi Hendrix, the Flying V in Rainbow Bridge, is not the first Flying V, yet it is a left-handed Flying V. There is a completely different sound between a Flying V and a Stratocaster. And to hear Hendrix play it, it's quite amazing. And as I said earlier, in the Rainbow Bridge movie, it goes really quick. It's only a couple minutes that we get to hear the Gibson Flying V. So this new Live in Maui, to hear a lot of songs with it, is quite amazing. Let's get into the album a little bit. So here is the record set. I have the record set, not the CD set. It has a number on it. I don't know if that number... I don't know how many they made, but I don't remember that when I ordered it. The box this comes in is incredibly flimsy. It's almost as thin as paper. I mean, this ain't too nice. I have an Elliott Smith set that came in a nicer book. The records in the book and slide in there. What's even worse than this packaging is the Blu-ray came in just a paper sleeve, and I took that out of there and put it in a nice hard case for the documentary and the concert footage, just to protect it. Comes with a book. I wonder if a lot of the pictures in here come from a photographer who's in the documentary talking about going there. I'm so happy to be there. I believe that there's a picture of him in here. I saw and I go, I think that's the guy from the documentary. Yeah, right here. You gotta love how big the books are when they make them full size, not the size of a CD or pictures the size of a CD. Interesting thing about the Rainbow Bridge concert is there's all this foam on the microphones, on the drum sets, everywhere. There's Billy Cox, Mitch Mitchell, and Jimi Hendrix. Now the foam was because the wind was so bad, they said, like 40-mile-an-hour winds. The story goes, after they record it, this stuff does not go on the soundtrack really for the Rainbow Bridge movie. I feel as though because it probably sounded awful, they had to go back and re-record Mitch Mitchell because you couldn't hear the drums. So that's probably why a lot of the stuff didn't end up on the original soundtrack. It's 3 albums set. Each album correlates to a different color. We got purple grape, blue blueberry, orange, even the back of them too. The stickers on the labels go with the same idea. Let's take out disc 1. Now, disc 1 in the original Rainbow Bridge movie, the concert footage, a lot of it is from disc 1. So there we got a label matching the color on the cover for that one. So as I said, most of record 1 is the 20 or so minutes of the Rainbow Bridge original movie. Nice sleeves too, very quality, nice sleeves, nice stuff. Now, as I said earlier, my favorite stuff on here is from the second part of the concert when Jimi Hendrix is playing the Gibson Flying V. And as I said originally, in the original Rainbow Bridge movie, it's literally like 2 minutes. My one complaint about the Blu-ray, now the Blu-ray amazed me that it actually was a real documentary, and it had concert footage after that. It was probably an hour of concert footage. So my one complaint is, I like the footage in the original Rainbow Bridge movie where Jimi Hendrix plays his Gibson Flying V to the song Hey Baby, New Rising Sun. well, it's not in the new Blu-ray footage. And I'm like, why isn't it there? They claim like the stuff is there. Anything they didn't have footage of, there's like a photograph that says like cameras have stopped. And a lot of times that happens during the song. Like you'll be watching and listening to the song on the Blu-ray and it'll go to that photograph. I found, particularly I would say with the Flying V stuff, I don't think it happened as much with the Stratocaster stuff from the first set of the concert. Now, the interesting thing was that footage with the Flying V of him singing Hey Baby is in the credit scene of the documentary. And I was like, well, why isn't it in the concert footage on the other part of the Blu-ray? So I thought that was kind of interesting. The documentary is great. Seeing the concert is great. I actually prefer watching the concert more than I think listening to the records. I think because I'm so used to that VHS tape. I mean, I would come home from school to put that VHS tape on, just fast forward to the end, or only rewind it a little bit till I got to that part every time I would finish watching it. So that's probably my reason why I prefer it that way. I like the Gibson Flying V stuff. I'll say it again. I mean, the Stratocaster stuff's amazing. Some of the Stratocaster stuff, he plays some of the older songs from the first record, which is kind of strange that Jimmy did that. I don't know if he thought people might not be ready for the new stuff, but I particularly like the new music. Now, on the Gibson Flying V stuff, it just has a different tone. It's more bluesy. A lot of times when I hear people play Gibson Flying V, it might sound really thin, and I'm always wondering, like, what did they do to that Flying V? Because Gibson Flying Vs to me are very deep and bluesy sounding. It's a solid piece of mahogany. I like stuff that Jimi Hendrix did later in his life. And I prefer records that the family put out. After Jimi Hendrix passed away, there was someone else that took over the rights, and a lot of times the music would have like a different drummer on it that would come in years later and re-record a track, and that was disturbing. And that went on, I believe, all the way up to like Voodoo Soup that came out when I was in high school. When the family took over the rights again, they did first Rays of the New Rising Sun, then it was back to the original sound of Jimi Hendrix. There was no new drummer that recorded something in the mid-90s. I mean, that was kind of strange that stuff would be re-recorded and added to a Jimi Hendrix song. No. I like the stuff that happened towards the end, the Gypsy Sun and Rainbows, Band the Gypsies, the Rainbow Bridge concert, the Rainbow Bridge soundtrack. Now, the Rainbow Bridge soundtrack is just stuff that was put together that was left over. Because as I said, this concert probably didn't sound as good at first, and Jimmy had passed away, so he wasn't able to make music for the movie. There's one song from later in his career I don't care for, and he does not play this song in this concert. It's called Astro Man. And again, it's similar to what I said about Dee Dee Ramone. Jimmy uses derogatory slang for a homosexual, and I mentioned that about Dee Dee Ramone in the last video too, and it pisses me off, and I don't know why Jimmy used it, because a lot of the music towards the end was all about bringing people together and positivity and helping people, and you get songs like Power of Soul and Message to Love and Earth Blues, and I'm like, well, where did this come from? And so that's disturbing. I recently heard something about Matt Damon too, that he's claiming he no longer uses that word, and I think he's claiming that in his generation, and I'm like, what are you trying to claim? I'm pretty much the same age as you, and that word's always been not a nice word to use, so I don't know. I don't understand what the hell he's trying to claim. Anyways, the Live in Maui concert is unbelievable, or I like to call it the Rainbow Bridge concert. I do not recommend ever watching the Rainbow Bridge movie. It could be used, it's just awful. It's just awful. I don't know what you can use it for. It's not even good to play in the background. Even the scene when Jimmy is talking to people in the movie, I swear to you, it seems like he's screwing around with them just to mess with them. The documentary this came with, this set, is great. The concert footage is great. Yes, it has a few images. It says concert, no cameras now. It gets annoying, but you can still hear Jimmy. All you see is a photograph, and you can still hear the band, Billy and Mitch Mitchell.
Welcome, cosmic brothers and sisters of Maui, to the Rainbow Bridge Vibratory Color Sound Experiment.
Is the concert starting now?
We're here for a very, very particular purpose, I think, that applies.
Yeah, that's interesting too. It has the concert introduction too. I recommend it a lot. I waited close to 30 years for this to come out. As I said, I still have the VHS tape, and I watched that VHS tape a lot. So to be able to hear more of the footage, not just with the Stratocaster, but for me with the Gibson Flying V, It's amazing that, that was probably one of the only companies to make him a left-handed guitar. I don't know what in the world Fender was thinking that they would send him right-handed guitars. Never said, let's make Jimi Hendrix a left-handed guitar. He used Fender strings and everything, but we'll send him right-handed ones. It's an amazing concert. Maybe it's amazing too because there's not a lot of people there. Just the people that were on the island that they walked there to see it, and they talk about that in the documentary. There's just people that were local. Must have been an amazing experience to see him in such a small setting, maybe 100, 150 people. If you get a chance, check it out. It comes out on CD too. I don't know the difference between how the CD sounds to the record. I got the record version with the digital format. It's an amazing concert, the whole thing. Packaging, not so good. Packaging on the sleeves, much better. Music quality and movie quality of this documentary and the concert footage, it's great.
Contestants, 7 hours and 30 minutes for next best
I thought we were done with that. Well, until next time, hope everybody's safe and well, and be nice to each other.